It's on the curriculum already listed
Mhm.
for 30-day review, so it's already there.
Yeah, we could do that.
You could.
You know, on the new stuff that, like the middle school, they have in the middle school ELA is rewriting right now. If they write the books that they write into the curriculum as required,
Right.
yeah, we could put those on 30-day review. That's not a problem at all.
that'd be-
A lot of, like, the anthologies are around forever. They wouldn't be new, but if they're adding any new literature, yeah, that's not a problem.
Any other new business? I will entertain a motion for adjournment. Mark, so moves. Anybody second? Zach and seconds the motion. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone need to stick around?
I was granted permission to speak this evening, and I would like to speak to you all
When was that?
on the 20th of March. I'm a little confused why I wasn't invited up here in public.
Did you fill out a card?
No, I emailed the superintendent and she invited me down. So I'm sitting here.
He had said it that he wanted to speak, but he didn't fill out a blue card.
Okay,
So that's probably why.
I'm sorry, we did open the floor earlier.
Well, I'm standing here. I've been sitting here courteously for an hour and a half.
I understand, sir, but I
Something
mean,
to your attention. I've been part of the school district for 17 years.
hold on a second.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude, but I did open it up. I mean, we had Mrs. Kirshner speaking at the end of her. I asked anybody else.
Yes, and I was respectful, waiting to
But
be
wait,
invited up, because
I
this
didn't
is
know-
my first school board meeting in 17 years.
And I appreciate
Having
that.
kids at the school district.
I understand that. I
And
appreciate that.
everybody's wrapping up to go, and I'm a little confused. That's why I got up. I don't want to be abrupt with you. It's just, we're not going to leave tonight until I'm heard, if that's okay with everybody.
Well, I just adjourned the meeting, so anybody can leave if they want to leave, but you're welcome to speak to anybody who just.
Well,
wants to stick
Mrs. Shank, you saw me walk in today, and you knew that I was here to address a
Right.
very important matter. I believe the police officer at the corner of the room was here to address the same matter. There was another police officer here before, and the counterparty to my complaint. So I'm a little confused right now. Did you think that I was just sitting here to take in the meeting, or did you
Well,
think that I was?
I would
here to
know
speak?
you, that's why I asked that we had one blue card. Does anybody
I
else
don't know
want
what
to
a blue
speak?
card is. When did you announce what a blue card is?
If there's a sign that says if you want to speak, fill out a blue
I didn't read the
card.
sign that said, if you come to a school board meeting invited by the superintendent
I
a month
didn't-
ago.
I didn't
I'm sorry.
invite, you asked if you wanted to speak, and I
Do
said,
you
you're
want me to
welcome to
read- do
speak.
You want me to read the
You asked if
email?
you wanted to speak, I said, you're welcome to speak.
Okay, and I'm here to speak. And I don't
Sir.
see why there would be an issue in me
I don't
speaking.
have a problem with you speaking.
Well, she has a problem with me
Well,
speaking.
I don't
because
have
she
a
wants
problem with
me
you
silenced.
speaking.
Listen.
Okay.
I don't
there's
have
no
a
reason to get.
I'll sit here and listen to you speak.
Been out of shape here.
I'm sorry, sir. I've been sitting here for
I
an hour and a
understand that.
half.
I
You
see
were
that.
about to adjourn a meeting.
No, sir, I gave you everybody in this audience will tell you, she asked if anybody, she walked up here with this
I have
card.
no idea what a blue card is.
Okay, see it, and then she asked anybody else want to speak, you didn't say anything then, and then at the end of
I
Mrs.
don't,
At the end of
sir,
Mrs.
look, I'm
Kirschner's.
not here to
Yes, you
understand your
are.
procedure. I'm here about a safety issue that addresses every child in the school, including my own.
Well, then.
Okay,
You're welcome
The
to come.
police were summoned to the
Mr.
school
You're
because
allowed,
of what I want to convey.
the meeting's adjourned, anybody wants to stick around and listen to him rant, that's fine, otherwise, sir, you can come back
Is
next
this,
month.
is this a rant? Because I'm trying to explain to you that the police was summoned to the school at my request. I asked to
Nobody has to
speak
stick
to
around.
you. No, nobody has to stick around.
No, sir,
Anyone that wants to leave, please leave.
Well, we have an executive session after here.
That's true.
No, please, I don't want to
Just-
keep any
why don't-
school member right now
Why don't you
because of duress. Please leave if you want to.
Well, we have
We're
another.
not under duress.
Oh, okay, no,
Listen
because
to
I
me.
don't want to be belligerent.
Stop.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
So
Yeah.
We don't know who
just
you
give
are.
him his
My
5
name is
minutes.
Alan.
Okay.
She knows.
There's
who I
a
am. She
procedure.
invited me to speak.
There's
So,
a procedure
can I
if you want to
just-
talk.
Can we just please just give Mr. Tootie his 5 minutes to speak about his
No, I'm
concern?
gonna need more than 5 minutes.
No,
Well,
sir,
public
5
comment is
minutes.
only 5 minutes.
Okay.
Five-
And
and then-
5 minutes this meeting, 5 minutes the next meeting. And next meeting,
You
I'll
fill
know
out
I
the
have
card.
to fill out a blue card.
Absolutely.
And that's fine.
Thank
So
you.
can we just give
And
him
maybe
his
you
5?
should make that more specific to people who have been in the school district for 17
Mr. Tootie, I've been
years.
sitting on this board for 12 years, and you're the first person who did not know this.
Well, I'm an idiot then, I'm
No, I'm not
sorry.
saying you're.
No, I'm
But
I'm
don't
actually
sit
an
here, don't
idiot.
sit there and accuse us of
No.
trying to shout
Can we
you
just-
down.
No, okay, so let's get on to
Wait,
it,
just hold on a
okay?
second. Is the rest of
You
the-
asked before, Mr. Markey.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
Is the rest of the board amenable to hearing Mr.
Just
Tootie?
let's have him talk about his, It's 5 minutes.
He gets his
It's 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I'll fill out his blue card for the record.
On March 16th, in front here,
You still have it on.
by the way, by the show of hands,
You still
how
have it
many
on.
of you realize that there is not a singular speed limit sign in the parking lot out front? How many of you realize that? None of you. How many of you realize that there is no directive for the young drivers that we're putting on the road in the parking lot right in front? Make sure you take notice, because as soon as you pull out of the parking lot, you'll see 4 signs in each direction. And they tell you what the speed limit is on the public roads, right? We all slow down 10 to 15 miles an hour as we go by the school. But somehow on school ground, there's no directive. So on March 16th, when I was dropping off my kids, as I typically do, I watched the car sail across the parking lot at about 40 miles an hour from a standstill, and then turn the corner as if he was drag racing. No one actually went towards the car, not an adult, not a child, no one. You would think at drop-off in the morning that someone would be physically there. I remember when you used to stand in front of the school. I remember when you used to stand in front of the school, because I've been sending my kids to these schools, privileged to send them, great schools. But we've lost touch of the basics. We've lost touch of expectation. We've lost touch of archetypes, okay? I had to call the police. And the police were summoned. They pulled the young man out of class. They brought him down to the principal's office. And from what it was told to me, he cried, he apologized, he confessed. And then the police officer called me. I believe that's him in the corner of the room. No? I'm sorry. And we had a nice conversation. And he said to me, what would you like to do? Because the school district is going to handle it a different way. And I said, I'd like him charged, because he could have killed someone. Because he literally was drag racing in front of the school during drop-off. We had another 10-minute conversation, and he talked me out of that position. Because he said the young man was over 18. He was graduating in a couple of months, was going to have an impact on his livelihood. So I thought, you know what? Let me be the stand-up guy. I don't know what he's going through, right? COVID, young guy, sports car. Let's look the other way. A couple of days later, the same car was observed by me, parked where the police officer usually does, right? In front of the Oli Fair. Not in the back, not discreet, right in front. As if to say, yeah, I'm not in the parking lot, I'm right here. On the 23rd, which is 4 days later, that same car was catty-cornered in the drop-off, where parents drop off their kids, where it's clearly marked, no standing, in front of a flagpole, having a conversation with an Oli employee who's raising the flag. So I'm thinking to myself, wait, 4 days later, they're letting this kid drive his vehicle on school grounds? Now, there is a thread of emails, which I asked her to share with all of you, but she said because of privacy concern, she couldn't. You're not entitled to see the video that I asked to see. The point I'm trying to make here is very simple, okay? I was slow-rolled into a position that I'm very uncomfortable about. The superintendent and the principal of the high school showed a certain, let's say, prejudice against my position. When I came in to view the footage, 3 messages that were left to Deputy, whoever the guy is, that's supposed to take care of our kids here, none were answered to me. I got to speak to the chief of police. He directed me to the Wilson School District. He directed me to a couple of school districts to look at mitigation efforts so that we don't have a calamity. we don't have somebody run over in front here because nobody mitigated the risk to our young drivers, right? Speed bumps. Speed signs, how fast should you go? How fast should you go in a parking lot is something that an 18-year-old needs to be told. I was told by the police
Mr.
officer,
Sir, your
yeah,
time is up.
my time's up. I'll see you next month.
Welcome.
Starting next, by the way, I'm a filmmaker, and starting next year, I am making a documentary about the Holy School Board. And I wanted you all to know that, and I wanted you to see me and know who it is that's gonna be orchestrating this. I just want you to know
Sir,
one
your time
thing.
is up.
I can talk, you can leave.
We need you to leave because we're gonna have an executive
So,
session.
you know what? I want you to know that I was told that the solicitor is handling this case. Are you handling this case?
I don't comment, sir.
You don't comment?
That's not-
Are you handling this case? That's what I want to
I
know.
have no comment.
Okay.
sir.
I'd like to speak at the next meeting.
Please,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you very much. There are no speed limit signs outside of the parking lot.
Mr.
Please take
Mr.
notice,
Piper,
yes.
please don't engage, please.
Please don't engage. Why? Because I'm trying to
No, because
protect the
I'm
kid
trying-
from getting hurt?
Because I'm
Well,
trying.
you want to talk about the cost of aluminum?
Mr.
Seriously,
I'm not.
17 years, I'm standing here for the first time.
Officer,
Don't
can
you
please
think
escort
that
the
something
gentleman
is wrong? Don't you think
You
that
don't-
something's wrong? I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you.
out?
Don't you think something's wrong?
I'm not concerned, sir.
I'm asking you a question. Does it look like something is wrong for what I'm saying to you? There's not a speed limit sign outside. A kid ran through and he got favorable
I'm not
treatment.
engaging with you. I let you
We
leave.
can do a lot of things. After you, sir. Thank you all. I apologize. There was no reason for me to be made to sit and wait an hour and a half. This was all premeditated. She knew why I was
Sir, you've
here.
been asked to leave.
I want to make a formal complaint
Sir, can you please?
against the superintendent and the principal, and you will have it in writing, as well as footage. That's me. Listen, any meeting I want, not next meeting, any meeting I want. We don't have to talk. You don't have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've adjourned the meeting. I need to have an exec session, so you're, I'm not trying to be rude any more than I have to, but if you would mind. You're kidding me too much, right?